You're listening to Overwatch Contenders Daily, your path to daily news, scores, and insights into the Overwatch League stars of tomorrow. Here's your host, LemonKiwi.
Overwatch fans, hope you're having a wonderful Monday. This is Overwatch Contenders Daily, and I'm your host, LemonKiwi. Today's interview is going to be an entertaining one, to say the least. I've brought on DPS player Sid from the team of GOATs. I think you guys have been keeping your eye on them. If not, you totally should. They're hilarious to watch. XQC has been streaming their point of view, which they've picked up XQC, which I thought it was a joke. So I'm going to ask Sid about the story behind that, a story behind what strategies are they implementing, if they are even implementing any strategy, and how their first week is going in trials. But before we get into my interview, let's go over quickly some contenders news. So first off, Second Wind has announced their trials roster, which mainly they've picked up Vita Coco from NoCloud, and the rest are part of their core roster. And Second Wind is currently 1-1 in trials after week 1. Number 2, Eminent have announced their trials roster, obviously prior to trials, and they've picked up DPS player Hobbs from NoCloud. And the rest of the roster is core. And Eminent are unfortunately 0-2 in trials after week 1. So Karasuno announced their trials roster, which includes picking up Jur from Mirage Esports and main tank player DPS from Simplicity. The rest are also their core roster. Karasuno are 2-0 in trials after week 1. And I think mainly what's interesting in the news here is DPS player Rena has left Optic Academy and is looking for a new home. So this might not be as surprising of a roster swap, since Rena didn't really see much playtime on Optic. I think he mainly plays Genji, or I think he flexes around, but good luck to him and his future endeavors. But that's it for the news. Let's get into my interview with Sid from the team of GOATs. I'm joined here with Corey Scoda, or you might know him as Sid, the DPS player from the team of GOATs, who are now competing in trials for a spot in Contenders. But after, well, let's start with how's it going? I know you got a crushing kind of Game 5 loss, but it was really close. But how are you feeling so far?
I'm honestly feeling kind of good. Obviously, I'm not feeling that good because we obviously lost. But I feel as if I played pretty well.
Well, let me elaborate on that. Yes, you're 0-2 in the standing right now, but after 2 Game 5s, are you happy with the team's performance despite, the losses and despite these roster changes coming in? And what are you guys going to improve in your next matches?
Well, I think we did pretty good for getting like a 5-day notice that 2 of our players were banned, especially the most important players for our comp, the 3-3 comp, which is our main healer, Moira, and our Reinhardt Gator. But we've been playing pretty well, regardless of that, and we actually got a pretty good map count, because we're only -2 in map count, which could be pretty big.
Yeah, 2 Game 5s, that'll kind of your best case scenario for losses anyway.
Yeah, and especially I feel like if we score a bit more and just go over some more strats and some more comps, I feel it'll be okay.
So are you guys returning to the 3-3, but although you have a different roster, or are you trying to expand your strategies?
I think we are trying to expand, but I think the 3-3 will always be in our play, Right. It'll never be completely gone, but we won't pick it as much as we have in the past.
Well, you brought up the XQC pickup, and I think everyone's curious on how this pickup even happened, because when I saw the announcement, to be honest, I thought it was like a meme. I thought it was a joke, and I wasn't sure this was serious, and ended up being the real thing, and you guys got permission and everything. So what's the story about how that came together?
So I think everyone on GOATs kind of knows XQC, because we've honestly all stream sniped him.
Oh.
Yeah. But the person who's actually stream sniped him the most, Kalush, actually had an account named after him. He had an account named XQC.
Are you serious? Is that the one he always tilts on stream?
Yep. And whenever Kalush would get into XQC's game on XQC, he'd say, "Hello, it's XQC 1, 2, 3," and I don't know, it always cracked XQC up. And they kind of just became friends like since then, and they kind of do and stuff,
So were you guys like serious about asking him to be on the team, and then it kind of just Because like
yeah, we were
since
serious.
he's like banned and elsewhere, were you guys worried he wasn't gonna get on the team or?
I mean, it was kind of a long shot to begin with. So if he
Yeah.
didn't get on the team, it would have been whatever. But he is on the team, and he's very, very dedicated. So it's good to see.
Well, now I'm going to ask you, now that, you know, Gators moved to a coach role and XQC has joined, you lost the support. So how has the change of the main tank and all these changes to your coach and stuff and your roster overall, how has that changed your team's play style?
I think it mostly changed it in the 3-3 comp because Gator was a very commanding run. Like he would say go to spawn, like spawn camp them, and we just follow. XQC isn't as much as like a leader on the line, but he's still very mechanically gifted. So it's just like a different type of playstyle with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we play a bit more passive with XQC, and we play a lot more aggressive with Gator. It's not necessarily bad, but it's just different playstyles, you know?
Just different. I feel like XQC, at least from the stream that I've seen, that he shot calls a lot as kind of similar to Gator as well. Is that true?
Actually, yeah. Ooh, that's a tough one. It's because Gator has a lot more experience playing the comp, so he knows exactly what to do. Since we only brought like XQC in like 5 days ago, it's kind of like a new comp for him.
Right.
So they still might be giving out the same orders. It's just that Gator's orders are like better because he's experienced, you know.
So your shot caller has switched to who, or is it a team-based shot calling?
It's still XQC. It's still XQC.
Oh, okay. So he's kind of has the shot call in the middle of a new team, but yeah. It seemed like at least you guys seem coordinated. Besides like the mistakes that have kind of happened, despite being a team for like what, barely a week or something, it seems going well. How do you think?
It's been going pretty well. Again, it's just lack of experience with comps and how to play the 3-3. But like after this week, I think we'll be a lot better, and we'll be taking a lot of W's.
Yeah, you'll be warming up, not only probably with your coaches helping with strategy, but the team getting more used to each other. But now going on your role, you brought up the Brigitte, or at least the 3-3, and you're the main tracer for the team, but you've also been flexing to the Brigitte. So how has adapting to Brigitte and also the new patch for trials, because that's different from Open that you guys played with?
Yeah, I think this patch, the 1.22, is a lot better for Brigitte because she still gives that 150 health, 150 armor with her ult, you know. And on live right now, she only gives 100, so it's a lot different playstyle. Because with this Brigitte, you kind of want to just ult really early and gain all the armor, you know.
Right.
But on live, you kind of want to use your ult as an initiator because you don't have as much time to stack it, and you'd rather get it in and then have it replenish mid fight. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. So you guys have been bringing out the Brigitte a lot more since she's stronger in this patch.
Yeah, definitely.
And less Hanzo then, or I haven't really seen much Hanzo of you guys.
Yeah, Hanzo's kind of niche. I think the only time they really play him on this version is probably Junkertown. But anywhere else, it's kind of really situational. And
you guys subbed in Moffat on Junkertown. How was that for you? Is that your usual strategy to sub him for you on Junkertown for a sniper role?
Yeah. Ever since, I think it's like 3 months ago. It's been since like March. It's probably 3 months ago, right? He's been constantly in Junkertown because I'd kind of get like really tired during scrims because I think we're doing like 2-hour blocks every day. So I kind of just like sit out and Moffat would just play Widow on that map. I mean, he's still a really good Widow. He's probably the best Widow on the team.
And that's less of your role. Like I've seen you play Widow too, though.
Yeah, I can flex a good Widow, but he's still probably the best Widow on the team.
And he comes in on Junkertown and any other maps?
I don't think he comes in on any others. But I'm pretty sure we just ask him before the match if he's like really feeling it, and if he is, we just sub him in. Okay. So it's it's kind of like a 50-50.
You want to play? Sure, man. He just comes on it. I mean, yeah, you guys played pretty good on Junkertown, but then I guess now for the upcoming matches you guys played Karasuno and Grizzlies in week 1. So who do you think will be your biggest competition in the future matches coming up?
I think it'll only be LNL, and then after that, I think we should be good.
Ooh, just LNL.
Yeah. LNL is a pretty good team. We've run there a couple times. They run pretty good pocket comps. You know, they've been running triple DPS and stuff like that, which is kind of hard to counter because it's so unorthodox. But we'll figure out a way.
So no other like open division teams. It's just LNL because they run sort of uncommon comps.
Yeah. What is it? Eminent Mirage. We beat Eminent in open division already, so there shouldn't be that much of a threat. And Mirage didn't even make playoffs, and they had to buy their spot, so I'm not even concerned about that.
Damn, this low-key shade. But I guess the final thing I want to ask is that you guys, I want to say, are the only team that are streaming their matches. How do I say this? Do you think that puts your team at a disadvantage? Did you guys all agree that this would be a good idea?
I mean, we don't really care if it's bad for us, because honestly, it's good for the scene. Because honestly, Contenders, I don't even think Playoffs got as much viewers as XQC does, you know?
Yeah, like he's got everybody watching because that's the only broadcast for Trials going on.
Yep. And honestly, it's good for the scene. So even if it's not the best for us, it's still pretty good because a lot of people after Trials last season, we placed third, but because the matches weren't streamed and they had like no knowledge of like what went on, they thought we just got clean swept by the top two teams, which is not what happened.
So you want to kind of showcase your talent, but
yeah,
kind of trading off that now people know what you're playing, or they even hear your comms too. So
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, half the time when we roll into the Trials, I don't even know what we're playing.
You're just going it.
Yeah, we just throw a dart on a dartboard.
Right. Well, aren't you kind of strategizing before match or talking to your coaches sometimes?
Oh yeah, coaches are there and they do help with comps a lot of times, but it also depends on the team, which is why it's somewhat randomized. Because in this meta, it's very personalized what you play. Because I know one team that's one-tricking 3-3. I know one team that's one-tricking 3 DPS. You know, it's very personalized on what you want to play.
I mean, yeah, you guys in open division were like, I guess, quote, one-tricking the 3-3 for a while, and it worked out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a pretty fun comp. At least for us to play. It's probably not fun to play against, but it's honestly pretty fun to play because you legit can just press W and get fatty shatties.
I felt like you guys were struggling whenever the other team brought out a Pharah, though. Are you guys gonna, when are you gonna counter that?
When are we gonna?
When? I mean, no, maybe when, or like, what are your strategies going up in new matches? Because it seems like Pharahs have been messing you guys up.
Yeah, that's just something with meta. It's kind of like a rock paper scissors meta, you know?
Right.
It's like one team brings out double sniper, you swap 3-3, right?
Right.
But then the other team goes double spam, and then you swap back to double sniper. You know, there's like 3 main comps, and one of them counters each other. It's kind of stupid in that regard, but you know.
And something I've noticed too, that your supports, you guys run kind of different supports than most teams, like Lucio Moira versus like a lot of teams will run Zenyatta Mercy or Zenyatta Brigitte or something. So you guys are going to continue to rely on Lucio Moira?
Well, we'll see. We're definitely going to look at it after these last 2 matches. But I think it's more how the tanks have been playing besides the supports, because the supports those supports are really undiveable, and compared to the Zen Mercy, so I think we just have to, if we are going to run the Zen Mercy, I think we're gonna have to play more with the tanks to not let us get dove.
Yeah, it felt like your tanks were struggling with healing whenever they like aggressively dive, and then there's a Lucio Moira that can't follow along with it. So I've noticed that tends to swap to Mercy, and it seems to work a little bit better. But what's your take on that? Mercy or tense on Mercy or tense on Lucio? Kind of depends, right?
I think whenever we're running Winston Diva, we go Mercy. But if we're on Ryan Zarya, we go Lucio, because the engage for Ryan Zarya is just so important. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of impossible to run that 3-3 or any tank comp without the Lucio, because you can't engage and they just run away.
So besides, I guess, your team kind of randomly strategizing before a match, or if there's any strategy at all, is there anything you're personally working on, either in your Tracer play or your Brigitte play in the future matches?
I think they're both really good. I still want to get better with my Widow, because honestly, it's pretty good, but I wanna be like the best in contenders with it, you know?
Right.
Just being pretty good isn't good enough for me, you feel?
So you're happy with your Tracer Brigitte, but you want to improve on your Widow?
Yep.
Cool. Well, I mean, this is such a random interview, but I mean, it's getting to know your team, and they're about as random as we all thought it would be. And it's super entertaining to watch you guys play, especially on XQC stream with all the comms and how actually I'm having a stroke watching you guys play. It's honestly like life or death hearing you guys play.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Corey, and I wish you the best of luck in your matches.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, this was Overwatch Contenders Daily. This was LemonKiwi, and we're going to see you guys on Wednesday.